can't do very many card tricks today. I got the vaccine and my arm is swollen, and now there's a chip in my arm, and I'm gonna dig this chip out. This is kind of ridiculous. So if you're thinking about getting the vaccine, check this out. Now I will warn you, this is a little bit graphic. I'm not much of a drinker, but I grabbed a bottle of scotch, heated up the knife, and yeah, we're gonna pop this chip out. I'm gonna show you. So fair warning, we do a quick intro, and then after the intro, if you're squeamish, make sure you don't watch because this will be a little bit graphic. All right, so I got my table prepped over here. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna carve this out. Check this out. I've been trying to get this microchip out for about an hour. I think part of the problem is these made in China tweezers. I'm cutting it out though because this is ridiculous. Let me show you what I'm working with. All right, thanks to my trusty Spyderco, we just about got it. I can see the tip of it right here. Oh man, tell you what, that black label is really coming in handy right now. All right, we got the culprit, we got the microchip right here. Well, they got it pretty deep in there, but ultimately we were able to get the chip out as you saw, and I would not recommend getting the vaccine. I would not recommend getting a chip put in your arm. You know, if you look at Bill Gates and all his shenanigans, and you look at kind of the way that the media is pushing this is basically a ploy to take over the world. I mean, this is a situation where people are trying to take over the world. They're using fear tactics, and they're using federal laws. Obviously, they've talked about the Patriot Act, they've talked about martial law, they've talked about all these things. We've seen it with the riots, we've seen some of the things that they've staged. And this is becoming a serious problem. I mean, this is becoming a real problem in this country with false flags. I mean, you know, one of the guys I look up to most is Alex Jones. I can't do it. All right, clearly I'm joking. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm healthy as can be, and I've never had any vaccine. You know, it's not a jokey matter, but it's April Fool's. We thought we'd play around a little bit. My daughter loves that FSFX, that, you know, that makeup. Here, I'll insert a picture. My daughter does these cuts. This is obviously all fake, but she does these really cool, insert a couple things here of kind of some of her work. She just has fun with it. You know, 13-year-olds, what are you gonna do? So anyway, just playing around with that. Yeah, but the reality is there is some real privacy concerns right now with things that are going on. Now, whether or not you get a vaccine, that's up to you. And you know, a lot of people are talking about there's microchips in the vaccine. I have no idea. People have asked me what I think from a privacy standpoint. You know, I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know what's happening. It's kind of weird. You know, we've seen them put RFIDs in food boxes. We've seen them put RFIDs to try to track clothing. We've seen them put RFID and other trackers pretty much everywhere. I mean, they're literally, they're trackers in tires nowadays. I've actually had to get tires a couple years ago, and I had to opt out of several because I'm not gonna have trackers. And I know it's all like, oh, it's low frequency, low tech. Listen, we're entering a really weird world where they're trying to track everything. And as a privacy advocate, I'm not gonna play ball. I'm just simply not gonna play ball on some of this stuff. You know, you look at all the stuff we have to go through to try to, you know, take our devices and make them private again, whether it's VPNs, Tor, VirtualBox, Whonix, all these different tools we use to try to keep a level of privacy and anonymity, not because we've done anything wrong, but because it's almost like your right to privacy is always under attack. And at privacyxproject.com, we believe here that privacy is a right. And it doesn't have to be, well, if I didn't do anything wrong, then why should I have anything to hide? When Obama said that, it was a sad day for presidents ever, because that was a pitiful thing to say. And you've seen virtually every president say something. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. You know, the government has kind of leaned into this for their own reasons. And all conspiracy theories aside, I don't think there's any conspiracy theories. I think it's a fact that the government has taken a lot of liberties and they've really pushed a lot of the boundaries. So as a privacy advocate, obviously this is kind of an April Fool's, just a joke video, but I do think you should take thought into the things you do in life and really put privacy as a thought that is always on your mind. You know, the reality is these governments, these companies, these businesses, these things are not out to protect you. A lot of people think, oh, the FDA, right? Regulation. It's always in the best interest of the people with the most money or the people with the most to lose. Basically, everyone could be bought. It's human nature. And there's always a price, whether that price is money, whether that price is status, whether it's fame, whether it's getting something done, whether it's changing a law. There's always a price. And the people who pay the biggest price is the regular citizen like you and me. So while I'm not a huge conspiracy theory guy, I am a huge privacy advocate. I take a lot of steps. We break some of that down here on Privacy X Project on how I take steps to live a private, anonymous life. I've talked about anonymous businesses. I've talked about ghost businesses, ghost LLCs. I talk a lot about how to be completely anonymous online, which takes a lot. I talk about how to anonymize cell phones. I talk about burner phones. I talk about tons of different topics that we use to live a private life. And it isn't like I'm out there committing crimes in the middle of the night. I own a successful company and do well, just like a lot of other people. Father of 4, and I'm out here doing my thing. But I want my kids to grow up in a better world than I did. And I feel like we're regressing into a pretty negative place. You know, the negatives are outweighing the positives in the world right now. And so it's something that I think about on a daily basis. And it's probably something that a lot of you think about. So, you know, I want to be very clear whether or not you get the vaccine. I think you should make the right choice for you. I don't have any information, and I didn't even reference any specific vaccine. I could be talking about any vaccine. I know where your mind went because I said the word vaccine, but really I could be talking about, you know, a vaccine for a rash. I don't know, but I might get a rash with this fake, you know, see? No cut, right? Obviously. I might get a rash with that fake latex, but you know, it's something that I just want people to take seriously and talk about. So I thought it was a good way to kick off the month. I will be doing videos every day in April. So I'll be doing daily videos in April. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up on this channel. We're doing lots of really cool, unique videos. I'm starting to do more on-location shoots around Las Vegas, where I live most of the year, and around other places. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up, and make sure you go all in everything you do in life, and understand that privacy is a right, but it's a right that needs to be protected. It's a right that, you know, if you don't take action, you will lose, because it's not in anybody's best interest to give you privacy. You have to take your privacy. You have to take your data. You have to guard your right to privacy, or you will lose it. So have an amazing day. Have a great and safe April 1st, and look out for new videos every single day on this channel in April. Appreciate you checking this out, and I will see you guys in the next video.